to Nirmal Bang, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral Dadia. We have with us Mr. Murli M, Chairman and Managing Director at Shriram Properties, joining in. Welcome to the show, Murli, and a pleasure to speak to you. Congratulations as well to cross this one milestone with regards to going public and coming out with the IPO goals.
Thank you, Hiral.
Right. Now, Shriram, to start off with, firstly, overall, if you could just give us details of the IPO and how much money are we looking to raise, and the issue size, etc.
Yeah, Shriram Properties is part of Shriram Group. As you all know, that we have got very successful enterprises like Shriram Transport Finance, Shriram General Insurance, Shriram City Union Finance. It is in line with successful enterprise which has been created by Shriram Group. Shriram Properties started about 20 years ago with a focus on mid-market and affordable housing. We consciously decided we will do projects, business in the markets where we are extremely comfortable rather than moving all over the country. So that's the decision with which right from the day one we have been working on. And few other things we thought we should focus on asset-light model. While real estate could be asset heavy and also it can absorb a lot of capital, we thought we should do something different. So we right from the inception we focus on asset-light model. We picked up projects on joint development and joint ventures. Today, development management is the new model which we got into about 3 years ago, which proved to be extremely successful and the right decision. With respect to the public issue, it's about 600 crores is the public issue, out of which about 350 crores is secondary, 250 is primary. Out of 350, 325 crores is sold by our existing investors. We are backed by large 4 private equity players: Tata Capital, KPG Capital, Starwood, Morgan Street. Collectively, they own about 58% in the company. They will dilute to the extent of 325 crores. The balance they stay put. That's the overall IPO framework.
Right. And in terms of where utilization of funds go, where are we going to use it apart from the OFS?
This 250 crores will be used for reducing debt to some extent, general corporate purpose, and for the growth.
Okay. And overall, again, how much debt are we looking to repay out of this? And then what does our debt to equity come down to?
We have got 700 crores net debt as on date. Post this will come, it is about 0.85%, 0.85% is the equity ratio. It will come down to 0.5%.
Okay. With all of this, if you see in terms of where business goes, Murli, the focus has been with regards to mid-income housing as well as asset-light development management projects. So does this continue to remain the strategy from here on as well?
Yeah, this has been the strategy for the last 20 years and we don't see any change needed today. As you see that the demand for mid-market and affordable housing constantly has been growing up due to several reasons. One is urbanization is one major aspect, and new age industries which are coming up now. And a lot of people, upgrading from lower middle class people becoming middle class becoming upper middle class. So that constant upgrade what is happening today, which throws a lot of opportunity for us on the mid-market and affordable housing segment. Hence, our focus will continue to be in affordable and mid-market segment. We expect next 15-20 years time there will be constant demand growing up in metro cities and tier 2 cities. Hence, our focus will continue to be only on mid-market and affordable housing.
Right. And with this, what's the geographical strategy looking like right now? Because currently from your portfolio, there is a lot of strength with regards to where the southern markets go. So what's the strategy on that front?
If you look at the Indian real estate, there are 9 cities contribute close to about 80% of organized housing, organized real estate development, you could say. It is in south, it's Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad. In west, it is Bombay and Pune. In north, it is Noida, Gurgaon, and Delhi. In east, it is Calcutta. These 9 cities cater to about 80% of the organized demand from the organized developers coming here. So again, one need not be present in all the 9 cities. One can be present in all the 9 cities. Both are right in its own place. But we thought we should focus on our core markets, which is South India and Calcutta. Today, we have become a leader in that market where we operate now. in markets where we operate, we are in the top 5 in terms of size and scale. And also these markets provide a lot of potential for us to grow for the next several years. Hence, we thought we should stay focused on mid-market and affordable. We should stay focused on the markets where we operate. Having said that, the other cities like Pune and Bombay provide a lot of opportunities for us, but we'll be very, very opportunistic. We'll not jump into it just like that. We'll be very opportunistic. As I said, earlier, we are looking at growth, next to 3-4 years of growth with the current projects which are lined up already with us can come in from these cities where we operate. We don't need to look at any extra city today for us to fill in the current level of growth what we're expecting in 3-4 years.
Right. And with all of this right now, as you mentioned, mid-segment market is where you see opportunity. That's where the growth is going to be coming from. Taking that into consideration, how big a disruption has COVID-19 been to your business?
COVID had played a very positive disruption. So just before COVID, if you look at 2 years before COVID, a lot of people, particularly younger crowd, so as you see that real estate purchasing, home purchases, it was about 60 plus and came down to 50 and mid 40s and mid 30s. Suddenly there was a situation came in about 2 years before COVID. People who are at the younger age, mid 20s and late 20s, they all thought that owning an asset is not a good decision. Probably it is a very conservative one. It is all, past generations method of doing, aggregating assets, and they all looked at, we will enjoy the life. So this was a situation just before COVID, but COVID taught a very tough lesson for the people. So everyone has become very conservative. Everyone has become, yes, we need to go back to basics. Hence, the new set of demand which has come in, which was not there 2 years before COVID, over and above the regular demand, so which has come in. So the new demand has been fueled today much aggressive way as on day. So I would say the demand has been much higher than pre-COVID level today. Our conservative investors, our regular home buyers, typical housewife in our country, they think a home is the safest investment other than gold. So these two, they derive a lot of comfort. Now the new set of people who are becoming new age millionaires, so they were moving away, but COVID has brought them. So it's a positive disruption is what I would say.
Right. So overall, between mid-income housing as well as asset-light development management projects, what percentage of our revenues come in from the asset-light development management projects, and how does that model work?
We have a portfolio of about 47 million square feet, out of which close to about 1/3 comes from development management. As you know, we do not own any asset other than one asset in Calcutta. Otherwise, as a company, we don't own any asset. It's all third-party asset. We do it on either joint development or joint venture or development management. That's the model we do it. Every business, close to 1/3 is coming from development management.
Right. And with this, another aspect that I was reading about your company is that you do see a lot of opportunity with regards to incomplete projects. So currently, what is the pipeline looking like and what's the rationale?
It's a big number of incomplete projects from various other developers or various other financial institutions who got stuck with those investments. They are all coming to us. In fact, as we speak, we also signed up few projects and launched few projects which were incomplete. So we also got it. That's a good opportunity which is coming up, which is likely to continue. As you know that only large branded players are selling today. Not everyone is able to sell. So the market belongs to the large branded players. Hence, I expect lot many such projects which are all stuck will come to our fold.
Right. So Murli, overall, if you go to see with all of this right now, what's the kind of launch pipeline that we have and what's the kind of land bank that we are sitting on?
We do not have any land bank, as I said. We got only one land parcel in Calcutta.
In Calcutta, correct?
So other than that, it's not a land bank.
Okay.
It's all land we entered into agreement for developing it immediately. As a landowner, he will not be looking at parking his land with us for 5 years. So he will look at developing the land as well as possible. So we have good portfolio, as I said, about 47 million square foot portfolio, out of which about 10 million is coming from Calcutta. 37 million square foot of portfolio is all asset light model, either on development management or joint development or joint venture.
Right. And overall, what's the growth outlook from here on?
I cannot.
I know you
say
can't give
what is the
numbers.
future one.
I know
We
you
have
can't
grown
share
the
numbers.
last 3 years. We have grown close to over 45% CAGR last 3 years. We are doing sub 1 million square feet 3 years ago. Now, last 3 years, we have done average about 3 to 3.5 million square feet. We have registered growth of about 45% CAGR last 3 years time. And the future looks bright.
Right. And very lastly, any milestones from a 5-year perspective that we have in mind?
In the sense?
That in the next 5 years, 5th year from now, where do we see the company?
I cannot give any numbers, but
Correct.
I mean, as an industry, what I would say today, 8 to 10 players will be in every micro market. Overall, in the country, maybe about 30-40 players will be dominant and contribute about 90% of the market share. We'll be one of the most significant player in this. In this overall scheme of things. And our primary focus is well governed on corporate governance, most trusted, transparent real estate developer in the country. So we'll continue to stay focused on that. So here opportunity is large today. Particularly consolidation throws tremendous opportunity. In India as a country, economy is doing phenomenally well. And I will not be surprised if we achieve this 5 trillion economy at least 1 year ahead of our target set by the government of India. India as a country is doing very well. Economy is doing very well. All the urban cities are doing very well. Housing as a business is doing well. Mid-market and affordable housing is doing well. While all these are doing well, consolidation is another big game which is happening today. So hence, one need not worry about the bigger growth. It will happen on its own for the big branded players, but provided they can live with their trust, transparency, and governance. So I would give a lot of emphasis on, continue to be the most trusted, most transparent, and well-governed organization. So if you focus on that, rest all is easy. So in cricket parallel, if you take pitch is good, batsman is good, weather is good, you need to stay firm on your core ethics, nothing else. Runs will come on its own.
Absolutely. And my last question, Murli, coming to you is on the pricing front. How are the price trends looking like, number one? And two, taking into consideration the way raw material prices were moving up, especially on the commodities front, how are we managing our margins?
We expect prices to move up further from the current pricing because of several things. There is a good demand which is coming today. There is excessive demand, I would say, today. Compared to that, supply has been restricted because of number of players moved out of business. Hence, there is a supply-demand mismatch. We expect the prices to go up. The second one is in the recent past, some of the cement and some of the materials, construction materials like cement and steel, which has gone up, which is a matter of concern for us. We hope those prices come down soon or neutralize soon. Otherwise, that is a matter of concern.
Right. All right, Murli. Thank you so much for speaking to us. It's a pleasure to speak to you. Congratulations once again. Good luck for the IPO. Speak to you soon again and stay safe.
Thank you, Hiral.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.